Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I'm here with a craft haul video. This is part 2. I recently acquired a wonderful craft haul from my mom's neighbor Joanne. She was helping clean out someone else's craft stash, and she thought of me for some of the items. And I know Joanne took quite a few things, and my mom also took some yarn from this craft haul, and then they let me pick through what was left. And then after that, my mom was going to donate what I chose not to grab to a women's shelter that was looking for craft supplies, and then also a nursing home that was in need of some craft supplies. So nothing got thrown in the garbage, which is really nice. And I did grab this box. Again, when I went to my mom's house, I wasn't feeling very well to go through this stuff. I was getting over a cold, and I had about an hour and a half, and their garage was full. So what I ended up grabbing, what you see in part 1, part 2, was maybe just a quarter of what was in my parents' garage that I took. And I just kind of grabbed fast what I thought. I opened up all the boxes, and I kind of made some informed decisions as far as what I thought I wanted to keep and go through a little bit more. So some of the stuff I didn't go through every last thing, but and this is one of the things. This one intrigued me. This one had a lot of like older sequins, older beads in it, a lot of older packaging. So I don't know, for some of you ladies, maybe you guys can date some of these for me. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe the 80s, maybe a couple 70s in here, but probably a lot of stuff from the 80s. I couldn't find anything. And some of the other laces and trims that I went through the other day with you guys, there was some stuff wrapped around stuff from the 90s, and then there was also like some ephemera from the late 50s. So pretty wide variety of stuff in here. And I don't know if I'm going to keep all of these sequins, but I did like the packaging on some of them. I thought it would be fun to use some of the packaging. Also, there was some old like little stick pin type things, and I know a lot of us like to use these in our journals just to kind of to put at the top of a page, and I just kind of like the fact that these ones were gold. I'm also thinking that they're going to rust pretty good, so just because they're older ones. So I might try and rust some of them. There was another box similar to this, and I let that one be donated. I just grabbed the one that I saw the most potential. Here was some pearls in there. This one did have some little trim in it. And then I thought these were kind of cool, like some old Scotch tape containers. So again, maybe someone can help me figure out when these were, what year these ones were from. Again, I'm thinking the 80s, 70s maybe. And they do have sequins and stuff in them, but there's a couple in here. There is also some of these little like embellishments that look like roses. And there's some bags in here, the silver and gold. There are some beads in here. And I did know in the other box there was these exact same type of sequins, but there was a huge baggie in there. This one just had a small amount, which is probably all I'm ever going to use. Again, some of those gold roses, like those silver ones I just showed you. And then these ones also had some interesting metal pieces in there. So kind of a wide variety of stuff. Here's also some stick pins in like colors. There's blue and red in there also. So I thought that was interesting. I'm not going to go through everything, otherwise we'll be here forever, but just kind of showing you kind of a sampling. And whoever owned these craft supplies before put all of her sequins in. I believe that these probably held stick pins in the past. These little containers did. So all of them are kind of sorted out in there. So I did grab this to go through a little more closer. Again, I love some of the packaging on some of these, so they might be incorporated into some junk journals, and it'll be fun to use up some of these supplies. So here's a box of some of the stamps I walked away with. And originally I had some stuff in the craft stash and it said Sandra on it, or Sandy, and then now this stamp, this box says Sonia on it. So I'm not quite sure what the original person's name was, but I do feel blessed to have gotten some of her craft stash, and hopefully she's happy that her stuff didn't end up in a dumpster, because I think that it was the original intention for the person who was cleaning out the craft supply, was they were just going to toss it all. I mean, they weren't even going to donate it. And again, Joanne stepped in and said that that she would take some of the stuff, but she would find homes for the rest of it. So nothing got thrown away, thank goodness. But there was a ton of stamps. A lot of them I already owned, and these are the ones that I picked out that I didn't have in my stash. There's, again, some really pretty little sentiments in the same little, from SavvyStamps.com is what these ones are from. So I did pick those out because I thought they were really pretty. Also, this one is from Wordsworth, which I love that company, and these came from 2000. I have a couple stamps from that company. I don't think they're still in existence, but I could be wrong. But I did like that sympathy one. So I grabbed that. Here was some of the Anna Griffin, like All Night Media ones. I don't really have a lot of these ones in my stash. So I did grab those because I thought they'd be pretty for a junk journal. And let's see, what else can I share with you. I know you guys can kind of see probably a lot of these from up above. I know my lights are glaring a little bit. There's not much I can do about that. There's a birthday one. This one I thought was really pretty. It says The Falling Leaves of Red and Gold. This one is a PSX, Personal Stamp Exchange, from 2000. The Hero Arts one, Sending You Healing Thoughts and Wishing You Well. So that was pretty. So those are the ones that I kept. Just kind of a for the most part, just a single layer in this box. But like I said, there was a few boxes, I think. Next, I just have a lot of random things that I pulled out of the boxes. I did grab this jar. It looks like a little bit older jar. And I do like to store things in my craft room in older jars. So I did keep this because I thought it was kind of nice. There wasn't anything originally in it. There was a fair amount of paper, and I just chose to keep some of the cardstock, and I also passed on, my sister does do some scrapbooking, so I did kind of create a pile for her too that my mom could give to my sister, thinking that she might use the ones that I had picked out. I kind of know what she looks for. She does scrapbooking mainly for her kids, so I did send some to her, and then the rest got donated. There was a lot of like ink and different things. I did keep these ones. Says it's fabric ink in brown. There wasn't the stamp pads that match these, but I did grab the ones that were black and brown, thinking, because they're little dabbers, I believe. And so you can dab them onto the backs of your rubber stamps. So I was going to see if these inks were still viable or not, and maybe use them for stamping on some fabric for my junk journals. So I did keep the black and the brown. There was, like I said, quite a few other colors, but I did pass on those ones. I just kept the black and the brown. There was, like I said, lots of random things in the bags. I did keep this Stampin' Up! Pad. There were other stamp pads, but I do think I have this color already in my stash, or I have a re-inker for it, so that's why I kept it, because you never know. This one's never been opened. I also kept this little stencil, thinking that was kind of pretty, just to possibly use, you could do the little edging on some of the journals that I make. And I thought these were too pretty to pass up. They're actually just little cards that look like somebody had watercolored them and then added some little embroidery at the tops of them. So there was that style, and then this little basket one, like they stamped the basket and then maybe watercolored, and then did the little bit of embroidery on top of it. And so I just couldn't let those go. I thought those were pretty, and I can use them in thank you cards to people, or in my junk journals. And let's see what else was in there. This one hadn't been opened, but this is just like a scrubby pad for stamps. And mine has seen better days. So I'm thinking, I kept this thinking it'd be nice to have a new one to refresh mine. And same with this one also, that, again, it's just a stamp cleaning pad. Again, they hadn't been opened, so I kept those. And this, I can't remember what was in here, but these, oh yeah, these ones they have charms in them. And so I just looked at the first couple, and then I just decided to keep the whole baggie. So I'll go through stuff a little closer, but it looks like there's some teddy bear, kind of some nautical type themes. And then there was also some cute little envelopes, which of course I'll be able to use those in my junk journals. So I kept those for that reason. And then again, there was another whole bag of what I just showed you guys. I think there's different themes in here. But we can check together real quick. That one's like a little patriotic heart, which is cute. More of the nautical ones, it looks like. Nautical, the little boats. There was a butterfly in there. This one looks like a little rabbit, maybe. So, there's kind of a wide variety in here. Again, I'll kind of go through them a little bit closer as I sort them out. But there was what the butterfly one looked like. So here was a little Ulta tin, and with a cute little one inside of it. And sometimes I like to alter little tins, so I just kept that. Here's a little like palette, like a watercolor palette that I kept. I always seem to lose mine somewhere in the craft room. And then I wasn't sure, I may or may not keep these, I'm not sure. These are like the 12 days of Christmas, like 5 golden rings. They're all little ornaments. And I was thinking that it might be fun to put them into a journal maybe sometime if you do like a 12 days of Christmas. So I did keep them. Again, if I decide I don't want to use them, I will donate them back to a thrift store. Another pile of random things to share. I know my favorite stuff that I probably went through was the laces and trims that I showed you guys the other day. This lady, I'm thinking, she probably bought these from somebody, but these were made by, it says, Greetings from Jupiter, Jennifer. Her name's Jennifer. That probably made these, and she sold them for 20 bucks, and she had quite a few of these in her stash, so I don't know if maybe there was something she was thinking about making herself or not, but I thought they were cute, so I kept a couple of them. I didn't keep all of them, but wouldn't they be cute putting on like kind of a this and that type journal on the cover? I thought he was so cute. There was just a little bag in there that I thought was pretty, a paper bag, so I kept that. Some flowers that I kept. Here is, I believe, some tatting. And somebody originally sold this for $1.50. All that work for $1.50. This one was $3. But I did keep those for my junk journals. And this was, I think these were wrapped up, and they sold these for $3, but they're just little, like, maybe tiny little photo albums, and so I just kind of kept it more for the idea, I guess. They weren't decorated or anything, and this one, again, just popped out, so, and they were wrapped around it. The ribbons were. There was a lot of these like Christmas ribbons, and so I just kept a couple for my stash. There's a couple different gold ones and then the one silver one. And this one had another knit person's name on it named Marianne. And they were Hardanger bookmarks.
And again, I thought they were pretty. So, you know, somebody took all this time to handcraft, and she, you know, maybe she bought them at, you know, some sort of craft fair or something, or maybe they traded supplies. I think she did. She sold, this lady sold stuff at craft fairs, and I thought those were really pretty. That I might be able to pop those into a junk journal. So I did keep those. There was another pile of those charms. I'm not going to open them up because it looks like there's just butterflies and teddy bears in this one. But there's a ton of them in there. And kind of a miscellaneous bag of buttons. There was a lot more buttons, but I only kept a couple of them. Like, I like the pink ones. And there was a couple of silver ones that I liked too. So I just grabbed those ones. And I left the rest of them for my mom to pass on to someone else. Because I have quite a few buttons in my stash and didn't really need too many more. And then, again, I'm thinking she bought stuff at other craft fairs, maybe for ideas. But these ones were made by someone that's Schultz in Stitches. But they're little zipper bags, and I thought I could definitely decorate these up a little bit more, so I kept them. Very cute little pouches. This one actually has some tissue paper in it. Very soft material that was on these, but again, I could visualize like a vintage photo or something with, you know, some laces or trims on these, so I kept them to decorate up a little bit more. And we're getting close to the end. I have this pile and one more pile to share with you. There was quite a few hoops in the stash, so I did pick out a couple. I didn't think I had one this size still in my stash, and then also this little mini one. And then this one was pink, so I had to grab it because it was pink. Also some embroidery thread. There wasn't a lot of that, but I did grab what was in there. This is just some material that has like a Christmas pattern, like maybe like a poinsettia or some holly type patterning on it. It's very subtle, but I kept that piece of material. And then it looked like maybe she sold like little kits, like maybe she cut out something with her Cricut or an AccuCut machine, little bags, and then sold like punched out flowers. And so I grabbed a couple of those just to kind of play with. There was also a lot of little box templates. These are all like box templates, like Magenta. I don't know if some of you older crafters might remember that company, but they used to have these boxes that we could make, and they were already cut out, and so we just had to fold them and add paper and maybe add some flowers or something to the top. So I did grab all of those box kits. I know that this one was a really popular one, at least in my local area, called Virginia's Box. It was slightly different. I tried once to try it because I was a poor college student when these came out. And one of my friends had gifted me just one of the boxes because she bought the kit. And I tried really hard to like trace it and make my own, and it never really worked. But again, so I'm probably going to try and, you know, put some of these together, and I can use them in Happy Mail. Or you can add a little candy and give them to the neighbors, those kind of things. Then here's kind of the last pile that I kept. There was a lot of stuff in bags, and like I said, I kind of quick went through it and grabbed what I thought I might use. But these were mirror cards, and it's just some really pretty paper that has kind of a mirror reflection on it. And I don't have a lot left in my stash, so I grabbed those. This one also is some coverboard chipboard, so I did grab that. And these ones are like envelopes and card sets. So I did grab those, but then also some of these had windows on them, which I thought was really cool. I could, you know, besides using them as cards, you could maybe incorporate them into a junk journal somehow. So I picked those ones up. These ones have the same little window on them. This one looks like it has some sort of window, a square window. And this one's the long window again. So I thought those were kind of fun. And then these were just postcards, just white postcards. So I can use those in my junk journals. another hoop in this pile. Again, just some like heavier cardstock, kind of in darker colors, but these would be colors I would use for Christmas. And this I thought was pretty. This one's just like a stitch bookmark where you would actually do some stitching, but I kept that because I thought it was kind of pretty. And some pre-made tags in these kits. These ones had little windows in them, so that was fun. Again, some more like specialty paper cardstock that was cut down to size. So I kept that. I'm thinking maybe you could make like a trifold or something with this one. Or I guess maybe it's a 6-panel, it's longer than this one. So this one says it makes a 6-panel accordion card. So not quite sure, but I kept it. The silver paper. And then again here, somebody had already done all of this beautiful work of, I'm sure she bought them somewhere, maybe she did it herself too, but they were sold originally at $2.50, but dried flowers. And then it says exactly in some nice little writing exactly what they are. So again, I kept those because I saw potential in using these for my junk journal. So I kept that pile. And there's a large piece of like watercolor paper, but inside of here is some mulberry paper, and I kept that. I also kept this magazine, this Christmas Idea magazine from 1959 was in there. And this one says Sandra on the top of it. Again, there was quite a few things in the stash that had Sandra's stuff in it. So like I said, I'm not quite sure if her name was Sonia, Sandra, but I love looking at old magazines like this, just that, you know, sometimes there can be some fun ideas in there. So I kept that one. There was also several sheets of like kids foam, and I sometimes use this when I make shakers, and so I kept it in the white color. And then also another pile of papers that I kept. There are some specialty papers, you know, some pretty papers. I thought that was gorgeous, that paper right there. Just some older style. I remember these style of papers when I was first starting to stamp, being at our local craft store. Some vellum. And then also some scrapbooking paper in here. And again, I took some out for my sister. I grabbed like kind of these more shabby colors that I thought I might use. Vintage styles. I grabbed all the vellum that I saw because I thought it was pretty. And this one also had a little bit of Halloween in it too, so I did grab that. And that is everything. So thank you guys so much for watching my second haul video. And I'm also in the process, I do have another haul video to share with you guys of items that I found thrifting. So hopefully we'll get to that again in the next couple weeks or so. Just have a lot going on with work, and so I'm kind of behind on some of my videos. But hopefully I'll have that one up also soon. So until next time, thanks again everyone for watching. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting.